Okay, having a look at a couple of quick kind of questions that students often find a little bit tricky with in terms of percentages. So one of the ones that I find students struggle with is finding the original price after a discount or a profit has increase has been applied. So we've got our classic example here, a TV sold for $847.75 after a discount of 15% had been applied. Sometimes that will be worded like after it was discounted by 15%, or it was in a 15% off sale and it sold for $845.75, and you're finding out the original. So I like to write a little bit of a statement here. So when it has sold, so the $845.75 was the original price minus 15%. Now the original price is always going to be 100% of your cost, and you're taking 15% away. Now, if you've taken 15% off, then you're left with 85%. So if you know that $845.75 is 85% of the cost, an easy way that you can get back to the original is what we call the unitary method. So we find out what 1% is and then go back to 100. So 1% you would have to divide by 85. So when we get that, we would do 845.75 divided by 85, and we get $9.95. Now that's what 1% is. So then to get back to 100%, we will multiply by 100. So we'll do our $9.95 times 100, and we get $995 is 100% of the cost. So that cost of that TV originally was $995. Another way that people will do that is that the 8475 is equal to 85% of the original cost. So they might write that as 85% of original, or they might write cost price, depending on what notation they want to use, and then write that as 0.85 times the cost price. So then when they see that question, to get to what the cost price is, they would divide by 0.85. Now that is effectively what we're doing up here. By dividing by 85 and timesing by 100, we are doing the same operation overall here. So dividing by 0.85 gives you that same result. Oh, and I've lost my 75 there. Better not. 845.75. Can't change my number. So 845.75, and we're dividing by 0.85, and we will get that same 9995 as our answer there. So thought that might be a helpful one to see the two different ways that you can approach that and how to get to your final answer. Now, if we had a different version of that where an increase was applied, so say we had a TV and we might be looking at the store is selling it for maybe we might make that $550, and they have a markup of 20%, and you're trying to find out what they bought it for. So we would go through that same process again here, but we would have the 550, instead of taking away that percentage, we would actually be adding it on. So we would be saying it's the cost price plus 20%. So then we would have 120% there. And so then when we do our operation here to get to what 1% was, we would do 550 divided by 120, and we would get our 4.583 as our 1%, and then we would times it by 100 to get 458.33 as our cost price. So just a little bit different because we've got a mark up, not a mark down. So just remembering to read the question carefully as to has an amount been added or has it been subtracted, and what you're trying to work out.